Hey guys, I'm Deepthi Desikan and today's video is going to be an easy, colorful summer sort of makeup look, and I tried to recreate a look that I did quite a while back, and a lot of you guys did ask me. I did use a different eyeshadow palette, but I tried to include an eyeshadow palette that's a little bit more accessible. It's not like very colorful, but it's a more wearable look and it is a little bit more easy, and a lot of you guys can recreate this look as well. So anyways, I'm doing my eye makeup first, so let's get started. So now that the eyes are concealed, let's move on to the eyeshadow look. So for that, I'm going to be using this palette. This one is the Ucanbe Spotlight palette. It is a very nice colorful eyeshadow palette. So firstly, I'm going to be taking this yellow shade and applying it all over my crease. It's a beautiful pigmented shade, but it adds a subtle wash of color, and that's how I want it to be. And then taking this orange, just using it with a very light hand, again concentrating it towards my crease. And now taking that yellow shade with a more fluffy brush and making sure it's all nice and diffused into the crease. Okay, once that's done, I really like how warm my crease is looking. Moving on to this particular shade, I'm going to be using this all over my lid. Oh, beautiful. Now that I've applied it, it is a little bit like a lime green, like lime yellowish green. So I am going to darken the outer part a little bit with this green right here. I'm playing around with a lot of greens today. Yeah. I'm just toning it down a little bit because I want it just to be popped here and not all over. And taking that fluffy brush and just blending everything so that it looks nice and seamless. And now just for the outer corner, I'm going to be taking this dark green shade, which is a shimmery green shade, but I'm just going to add a little bit of depth. The shimmer doesn't really pick up that much in the brush, so it just looks pretty much like a matte shade. I'm taking a more precise pointed pencil brush and taking this yellow and just trying to blend that green a little bit, like towards the crease and everything. The best part about this eyeshadow palette is actually that you don't really have to do too much to get the eyeshadow to blend. It's actually pretty blendable on its own. Like little bit of effort is enough. And even if you are a beginner, you can still get it to work. So I'm going to be leaving it at this and moving on to mascara. I'm going to be using the Kiro Botanico Super Shield Mascara. This is India's first naturally derived makeup range, and you guys know my thoughts on Kiro Beauty. I love the products and I feel like they add really good ingredients to their makeup products. So this has a mixture of avocado oil and calendula extract to it. It's a nice lengthening as well as volumizing mascara. It doesn't really burn your eye, it doesn't really sting, and it stays in place for a really long time. So I absolutely love it, and this is something that I do use on a regular basis. You can see how much of length and volume it's added. I really love the wand of this particular mascara, and it doesn't really create a mess, so that's amazing. And then now let's move on to the face. So because it's summer, I'm not going to be doing like a very dewy base, but I'm going to be keeping it a little bit minimal. So for all over my face, for primer, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth Primer. I was just finding a way to use it again. I just love this primer that much. It's very hydrating and super smooth on the skin. And this just for the T-zone, I'm going to be using the matte and poreless primer. Just for wherever I have like large visible pores, especially now, my pores are a little bit more visible. Just to the T-zone. And you can see it's kind of mattifying and pore filling. And then for foundation, I'm going to be using the Bobbi Brown Skin Long Wear Foundation. I have this one in the shade Honey, and it is a newer purchase for me. I hope you've seen my haul video. I'm sure it's gone up on my channel by now. This is like a beautiful lightweight foundation. It has a very soft matte finish and it's very long wearing, wears beautifully on the skin. Doesn't have like intense coverage, but it looks skin-like, and that's what I really like about this foundation. Blending this with my Pro Art AK42 brush. It's been a while. It's been a hot minute since I used this brush. And because it's summer, I'm not going very ham with the foundation. I want it to be like skin-like, and I'm okay if the pigmentation and everything peeks through, but I just want it to feel lightweight on the skin, and this is the foundation for that. And then for concealer, I'm going to be using the Sery High Cover Super Coverage Concealer. This has been my absolute favorite, and I've been using this so much more than I thought I would. Again, beautiful for summer months, very lightweight. It's a self-setting concealer, doesn't crease as much, doesn't cake as much, and gives a really good light medium to buildable medium coverage. And this would work for anyone who doesn't really have very, very intense dark circles and like intense pigmentation. Using my PAC 219 brush, one of my favorite concealer brushes. Then now to set my entire face, I'm going to be using this Kiro Botanico Timeless Matte Compact. I really love this compact and it's been one of my favorite products to use. Every single time I feel like my face is looking a little bit like sweaty, oily, I use this one. Which is something that has never happened to me before, but right now I can see that there's a change in my skin, especially because the weather is so hot here. It's a very, very lightweight powder. You can't really see it on your skin. It just blends in and it's very, very seamless and it doesn't really look cakey and dry. So I'm going to be using this powder with a light hand though, and it can actually add pretty good coverage to your skin. I even take it underneath my eyes, which I don't usually do with any powder, but this one, it's just fine. Like I never use any compact powder underneath my eyes, but with just this one, I am comfortable with taking it underneath my eyes as well because it's not drying. It adds like very good coverage and it just works really well for me. And then for blush, I'm going to be using this K-Beauty blush in the shade Soft Nude. I love this blush. Just look at that. It's like buttery smooth on the skin, very pigmented, looks amazing. For bronzer, I'm going to be taking the Benefit Hoola. Just going to be applying it with a very, very light hand. And then for highlighter, I'm going to be using the Kiro Prism Perfect Highlighter. So this is a really nice smooth looking highlighter and it's not very, very intense. You can of course build on it, but I like to keep my highlighter really subtle and this is the one for me. Like I even mentioned this in my natural looking highlighter video. Like this is one very subtle powder highlighter that looks seamless on the skin. Look at that, so subtle. So with that, we pretty much complete the entire look. I tried to do my lower lash line. I kind of didn't like it. I felt like it was looking a little too stark. So I'm going to be leaving it at this, a little bare. I just did apply a little bit of kajal. So that's that. Now for lips, I'm going to be using the Kiro Beauty liquid lipstick in the shade Nutmeg Nude. I feel like this is a beautiful shade for the summer months. It's a little like, it's a nude shade, but it has a little bit of like pink brown undertones to it, so it looks really nice and goes really well with this particular look. The Kiro liquid lipsticks are one of my favorites. Genuinely, these are the lipsticks that I use on a daily basis if I have to go out. I wear it underneath mask as well. It doesn't really bleed as much, doesn't create like a havoc and doesn't create a messy situation for you, but it's not drying. It's hydrating, it's pigmented, beautiful formulation. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Do let me know if you think you can recreate this look. I like to keep my eye looks very simple, something that anyone can do. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Let me know what other videos you would like to watch. Let me know in the comment section down below. And as usual, I will leave all the product links in the description box below. So while you're checking that out, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a new video. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.